I'm two-time Olympian and world champion speed skater Joey Mantilla here with episode 2 of Skate Tips, a series dedicated to teaching you how to skate faster, longer. Today we're going to focus on 5 tips that will make anybody a better skater instantly. And it doesn't matter your skill level, whether you stepped on skates a few weeks ago or you're a world champion, being mindful of these 5 things will make you better and make skating more fun overall. Tip number 1, keep your belly button over the center line of your skates. And I'm talking from the front to the back, from the front wheel to the back wheel, right in the middle. If you line your belly button right up over the middle of your skates, you're going to be much more effective. Now, traditionally, people like to sit back on their heels. It's much more comfortable, and it's just something that people naturally do. But if you can force yourself to use these core muscles to push a little bit farther forward, and if you're a fitness skater, it doesn't take much. It's only a couple inches. If you're a speed skater, you have to push a little bit more aggressively and get a good dorsiflexion, so bending at the ankles to get this position correct. But if you can be mindful of this when you're skating, you're going to be much more effective. Now, for each one of these tips, I'm going to show you what it looks like to do it incorrectly as well as what it looks like to do it correctly, both in a fitness, more upright, relaxed position like this, as well as in a lower, more aggressive speed skating position like this. Now, keep in mind, the differences between doing it wrong and doing it right are often subtle to the eye, but the important part is that you are mindful of what you're trying to do as you're skating, and that's going to make all the difference. Starting off with a fitness or more upright recreational position, you can see here if we pause it that the belly button is just too far back on the heel. You want to move things forward. Use your core to activate, push forward like this to get the belly button lined up over the middle of your skate. In a speed skating position, when done incorrectly, it looks like this. It's a little more evident. All you have to do is just be a little more aggressive with that core activation, get that lean farther forward to get the belly button over the middle of the skate like this, and this is what it looks like when done correctly. Tip number 2 has to do with positioning. You're going to use your knees as a point of reference, meaning keeping your knees exactly where they are, and then push your ankles and your hips backwards away from that spot. So first, your knees stay here, ankles back, hips back. That's all you're going to do is going to put you in a much more powerful position to make speed. And again, doesn't matter if you're a recreational skater skating more upright, it just takes a much smaller movement to do those two things versus a speed skater from here to here and here, just to be more activated in the hips and a better power position. When it comes to fitness or recreational style skating, you don't have to bend your knees a lot to have a good time or to even get a good workout, but you have to do something. Right now, I'm pretty much moving my feet around with no muscle activation, but by employing tip number 2, I activate the glutes and I make a better connection between my upper body weight and my feet. Now I can just let everything fall into my skates and create easy speed. This is much more fun. When it comes to speed skating, you have to exaggerate the position a little bit more because every speed skater already knows to bend their knees, but oftentimes that means carrying the weight in the quads and it's very tiring. But by employing tip number 2, using the knees as a point of reference and pushing the ankles and the hips backwards, you really exaggerate getting into the glutes and you relieve the pressure from those quads, letting the body weight do the work in the skates and becoming much more efficient.